Okay, honorable judges, teachers, friends from negative side, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Varithon Songsuan, an M4 student from Benjamin Rashidi School, and today I would like to debate under the motion of tariffs on intra-ASEAN goods should be eliminated as set out in SET-AFTA agreement. Okay, first of all, I would like to define some words from this motion. The first one is tariffs. Tariffs mean a tax on imports or exports. The second word is eliminated, which means to remove or to get rid of it. The third word is agreement, which means an arrangement between parties recording a course of action. And the last one means of CEPT, or it's from the common effective preferential tariff. Okay, first of all, I would like to split our arguments into 4 arguments, which are the first one, ASEAN will be integrated into a single market. The second one, customers will benefit from cheaper price of goods. The third one, the benefits of factories. And the last one is that it will help ASEAN countries' products. And the last 2 arguments will be defined by my second speaker. Okay, let's back to my points. Okay, first of all, I would like to tell you that eliminated in this case, it doesn't mean that we will cut out of all tax. From CEPT agreement, it says that we will reduce it into 5 or to 0% of tax. So for its benefit, the first one is for it will make ASEAN into single market. And what is the benefit of single market? Let's see. The first one, imagine that when you have single market, right, you combine into one group. And when you are in one group, you will have more harmony. You will help each other. And this is the way that you can make relationship with other 9 countries, like Thailand. You will help other countries by industry or any agriculture. You will help each other. And that will reduce the conflicts between countries. And with this, you will combine into one. You will compact into one, and it makes more like solidable. So it means that when you are strong enough to face with other bigger markets like United States of America or China, which their markets are really influence lots of countries of the world. So when ASEAN combine into one, you are one group of ASEAN, like you are ASEAN country, right? So that you will compact into one, and that's why that you are stronger enough. And Thailand also gets benefit from this also. Also, it has like various types of goods, and that benefits all population or citizens in Thailand or in each country. And let's move to the second point, which are the customers will benefit from cheaper price of goods. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are customers, right? When you are buying something, you can't deny that you would like to buy the cheaper price of good. If we talk to the quality, if the quality of goods are the same, right? But for this country or for this price of good, you have lower price. So you are going to choose the lower price of good with the equal quality. And that's why that when, like, imagine that when you are going to manufacture like a leather bag, you need to import leather, you need to import lots of things. But if you eliminated the tax, so you can save that amount of money much more. And then you can use this money to help or to develop in other problems. Like you can use this money to help CLMV nations. And I think this amount of money can develop other small factors that will benefit more group of people. And also, like I am the student of Benjamin Rashidi School, which is the School of Science. We need to import like science apparatus, and science apparatus has like high cost. And imagine that for the like small schools which don't have enough money to earn these apparatus, so they lack of opportunity, and that's why we should eliminate the tax. So I strongly believe that this motion should stand. Thank you very much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow judges. My name is Greg Mokunsin, and I come from Princess Julapon, Pathum Thani. I am on the negative team debating on the topic, tariffs on intra-ASEAN goods should be eliminated as set out in SET-AFTA agreement. So, tariffs, as she said, are taxes or duty that are put on import and export goods. So, As it says set out in SEPT and AFTA agreement, I would like to tell you, or I would like to expand the definition of SEPT. SEPT is an agreement in AFTA that says that once AFTA is to be, SEPT will allow the free flow of goods. What I mean by free flow of goods is that you are able to import and export goods to any country easily. Like you can import milk from one country, from I could say Thailand, to any other country in Asean. Well, it may sound like a good thing that you can sell to every country in Asean without paying any taxes, without any tariff borders. But if you think about it as a two-sided X, then try thinking that Thailand right now has a huge milk farm called Chokchai Farm. This farm produces about 8 tons of milk daily, and around 5 years ago, it produces this much milk in a perfect amount per one day. But right now, we can import milk from countries like Singapore, as such, in a cheaper amount. That means that the 8 tons of milk that we used to use back then, there is now about 3 tons of milk that go nowhere daily. That means other than the daily milk, the people that used to work for that farm have become unemployed. So how can you say that tariffs should be removed if there are unemployed people right now in Thailand? Now, as you said that removing tariffs will help ASEAN become a single market, will help us become one. Well, I'd have to disagree. I mean, if we become a single market, yes, that's true that we will become closer to our fellow neighborhood countries. But if we become a single market, that also means that we are increasing the competition around us. And how do you know that we can compete with the competition around us? I mean, I'm sure that there will be countries or competitors that we can compete with. But what about the big competitors, big factories, big industries that come and open in our country? Well then, if they do that, then what's going to happen with the labor conditions of our people? Now, she also talked about cheaper goods. Yes, I told in one of my debates yesterday that there will be cheaper goods and a larger variety of goods that I will have to agree with. But what comes with cheaper goods are lower quality of products. Imagine if you imported a high quality, if you imported lower price milk for your kids to drink in elementary schools, but the lower priced milk that you imported has a very low quality. What does that mean for us? Even though we get it in a even though we get it in a low price, but we get it in low quality, doesn't it still mean it's bad for us? Shouldn't we buy higher priced milk, but in high quality for the better health of our kids? Now, she also said that it'll benefit industries. I think not. I just told you that right now, Farm Chokchai that used to produce 8 tons of milk a day now has 3 tons of milk that go to waste every day daily. That means that there are people that are getting unemployed. That means that right now there are industries all over Thailand, not only industries that produce milk, but produce other things that are going into bankrupt or going into jeopardy. Thank you.
Good morning, judges, ladies and gentlemen. I am the first speaker from the affirmative side, and today we are debating under the topic of tariffs on intra-ASEAN goods should be eliminated as set out in SEPT-AFTA agreement, and I believe that the motion should stand. First of all, from the captain of the negative team said that removing tariff doesn't help in anything and also have some problems with the unemployment, but I disagree with that. I believe that removing tariff helps in factories that I'm going to mention. Removing tariffs helps in processing factories with cheaper imported raw materials and cutting product costs. With the cheaper raw materials, it motivates the industry to produce more products. And producing more products, it can increase or can expand the company. The expansion of company motivates or provides the employers to work. And in addition, you will get some help from other countries in intellectual work. First, you have A quality of the product. When the other countries come to help in ASEAN, we are one. That means other countries are willing or able to help us. The product quality can become A+, something like that. And another topic that I'm going to mention is removing tax. It will help ASEAN countries' products gain access to a regional market. That means it incorporates many substantial advantages for 580 million peoples and for $1.5 trillion gross domestic products or GDP. And we are single market. One market can have convenient transport system. Also, huge international trade worth $1.7 trillion a year, and also like open market for the foreign investment that worth $60 billion a year. Roses are red, violets are blue. Tariff should be eliminated. That's the most effective clue. And we believe that the elimination of tariff can save the money, and those money we can use for other development. We believe that the motion should stand. Thank you very much.
Sorry for my illness first. So, my name is Chinapachala Phai. I'm the first supporter from the negative team. So, you talk about the free flow of the goods. All those said after allows a free flow of goods. But do you know something? Every country in ASEAN have a new contract called ATIGA, or ASEAN Trade in Goods Agreement. This ATIGA mainly discuss about protect their country from too much import, which means ATIGA is created against the safe after agreement. So, for the limit of the products is still limited, but for the wider than before. And about the no tariff of our countries, for Thailand, per year we have the income from the tariff about 96 billion baht. And when the tariff is 0%, it's just left for 74 billion. That's a large number that decreased. And as my leader talk about the milk and you say about the quality of the product, I want to tell you about the fact since 2010 in about the milk industry. For the milk industry, milk industries in Thailand was disturbed by the low quality products from the neighboring countries such as Cambodia. And this disturbed our industries of milk. And the result is the oversupply of our Thai milk products. Comparing to the NAFTA or North America Free Trading Area, Mexico's farmers is facing the same problems as the milk industries for the industries of corn. It's oversupply by the investment from the other countries inside Mexico. So the farmers cannot sell their corn, so it's the oversupply. These are problems. And last thing I want to tell you. You said that the trading will be more freely and more convenient. Malaysia have the rules of imported products. It's a weird products and weird rules. They tell that you can import the products like, for example, potato, just in the period of January. Out of this month, they don't import the potato. So you cannot tell that the imported of products like potato will be more freely and convenient. And for the export of Malaysia too. If they want to export the products of ceramics, they have to wait for the certificate, and it takes time for 3 months. So that's too long, and this will stop or don't make the trading to be more freely and convenient or faster. As you said that it will be the quick procedure. Okay, this is all of my turn. Sorry for my weakness again. Thank you.
Alright, good morning ladies and gentlemen. I am Palasha Chuang. I'm the representative from the International School in 4, and today we are debating the topic of tariffs on intra-ASEAN goods to be eliminated as set out in ACTA agreements. And I strongly believe that the motion should stand. Why is it? Let's follow my rebuttals. First of all, you have been saying about import and export. Yes, you have been saying about that we lose lots of money about to import and export. You have been saying from your research, but I don't know where your research comes from. I think that you say about the competition, and you say about and I have been saying about the single market, and what I want to say is that why we have to eliminate the tariffs. The meaning of it is we want to be a single market. What is the meaning of single market in our opinion is that this kind of single market, we didn't eliminate just 0% of the tariffs, but we mean that 0 to 5% of the tariffs will be eliminated. We didn't mean that we will eliminate it all, but still, think about that, ladies and gentlemen. You have been saying about the Chokchai farm with the milk, that they have been unemployed. But that kind of unemployed, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. In ASEAN countries, we didn't mean that we're going to do all the factories in all ASEAN, but we have to do different jobs. For example, you have been saying about Cambodia. Cambodia is just like a poverty country that have no jobs. So that means that this kind of products this kind of factory could be in Cambodia, and that gives jobs to Cambodians. And where does our time go? That means we have to find a new job. As you see from like developed country for America or for France, the products, for example, like Louis Vuitton, it's very expensive, right? Why is it expensive? It's brand name. That's right, it's brand name. So that means that we have to develop our ASEAN. That means that we have to help each other in different way. It doesn't mean that we have to fight. That doesn't mean that we have to compete. We have to fight in our different way. Like Cambodia, you may be in the factory way, but in Thailand, you may be in science way. And that means that our single market, the strong single market in the world, that means ASEAN is just like one country that called ASEAN, that going to compete with America, compete with China, and that is really strong. We cannot compete just, I have to compete with each other in ASEAN. That's not the main point in our debate today. Our main point today is that how could we help each other in ASEAN? I really mean that we are different in our countries, right? But we don't have to compete. We are together right now, and that means that we have to find our reason why we have to why don't we compete, and then we help together as one ASEAN. And I think that to eliminate it, that means the free flow of markets. And we believe that the elimination of the tariff can save the money for your developing, and I believe the motion can stand. Thank you.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, audience and judges. Today, my name is Panditra Muntadipkun. I'm from Princess Julapon College, Pathum Thani, and I'm going to answer what you just talked to us right now. Okay. For the first one, I think you missed some point of our team. I think that is not that. Actually, I think you're missing everything that we're trying to talk. Actually, the thing that we're talking about, the competition thing, the first one, I think that I'm sorry that we cannot give you a clear example enough so you misunderstand us. For example, like rice. If we are talking about rice, yes, rice is the main agriculture thing in our country. But if you can see that, if, for example, if I'm in some country like in my country, we sell rice in a very low price, but in Thailand we sell rice in a higher price. So I want to go to Thailand, send my product to Thailand and sell it over there so I can get a higher profit. And that's why we need to send, and that's why I need to send my rice into that country. And without no tariff or something like that, doing something like this is easier and I can get a lot of profit from that. But that Thailand is going to face a lot of problems, some kind of oversupply or something like that. Okay, that's for the thing that I want to answer you. And next one, you're talking about that we are going to become one. Yes, I agree, we are going to become one. Yeah, we can be strong, but not with our tariff eliminated. Because right now, I want to picture the thing like this is in the AEC things. We are making the relationship kind of a sort of something like this, but it's not that we are going to be like, well, we're not going to be a one country. We're still different country, but in a one community. So I want to say that we're kind of making a business partner, not that family, that kind of father or mother or something like that. It's just a business partner. So and the next thing that I want to say that without the tariff, the procedure is going to be easier. Yes, it's going to be very convenient. It's comfortable for me to export and import something. But in the set after thing, they say that the procedure of import and export is going to be something like this for the first, before the set and after. If I want to send kind of export something from Thailand to Laos, I need to send it, okay, and then there will be kind of a check, and check again. Yeah, there are a lot of stuff like inconvenience thing, but we can make sure that the product that we send have a good quality enough to be for them, something like that. It's same to us. If we want to import something like that from like CLMV country or the other country in ASEAN, we need to make sure that the product that we get has a good quality enough that we can use it. If in this set and after, if we are doing kind of a no tariff or something like this, it's going to be easier. The procedure is going to be easier. We just need to put on the after trade kind of a tag. Just put on an ASEAN, something like ASEAN, something up over here, and then just go past. And okay, it's in the kind of intra ASEAN. It's from ASEAN. Okay, just pass. But we will never know that if that product quality is good enough, or is there kind of an illegal thing come with it. We cannot be sure. Even though that we are one community, but we still need to be checked for our own safety, and that's all what I want to say. That's why tariff shouldn't be eliminated. And thank you.
Hello again, and to summarize what my negative team said, I would like to start off with ATIGA. ATIGA is ASEAN Trade in Goods Agreement. It is to control the free flow of goods that is agreed in the CEPT contract. You see, ATIGA was made to control the amount of goods that is able to free flow between one country to one country. That means that if there was no ATIGA in the first place, the contract of CEPT in free-flowing goods would be made to pretty much cheat each other or to get a higher advantage over one another countries. Now, from what my first supporter said about oversupplying goods, I would like to explain that to you. What I mean by oversupplying goods is, imagine if our country produces, how about butter? Imagine if Thailand produces butter in maybe, I don't know, what you eat with bread in the morning, maybe like 2 baht per piece. But we can import it for like 50 satang per piece. that means that the industries in Thailand that can produce it with the fund of 2 baht will probably go to jeopardy because, you know, the government's probably gonna import butter that's a lot cheaper than producing it. That means that it'll cause problems like unemployment or bankrupt industries as such. So from what my affirmative team said that she didn't see the chart or she didn't see whatever we were trying to talk about, I would like to tell you that from doing our research from the ASEAN Australia cooperation, it said that ever since the year 2000 to 2010, the income stability between the years have been going up and low. Ever since the year 2000, it has been going up, and the next few years it has been going down, and then suddenly it goes up again. That means that removing tariffs hasn't been helping any of the countries in their economy. That means some years they may get a lot, and some years they may get less. So, about the quick procedures, as you know, right now our world, not our country, I should say our world is facing many problems about drugs. I mean, I read in the news this morning that one of the biggest drug dealers in Mexico just got caught. And he worked as smuggling drugs into the U.S. You see, smuggling drugs in the U.S., that means you have to pass the border between Mexico and U.S., which they don't have an agreement like we do. So if we create this agreement, this quick procedure agreement, that means that drug smugglers, maybe from our country or other countries, they'll be able to smuggle drugs into other countries very easily just because the ASEAN stamp is stamped right onto that box. That means that may cause even more and more problems and even more conflicts between one and other countries. So I don't think that tariffs should be removed at all, because not only is it not helping us in both our income of our country, it's not helping us in our security, and it's not even helping us in our culture. I mean, we're probably gonna hate each other if someone smuggles drugs into our countries and make our countries bad. Get it? Get what I'm saying? So the 3 pillars of ASEAN, you know, as they said, it's about country, about political conditions, and about economy. I think that removing tariffs, as I just have said, are probably going to make all 3 things worse. So I highly disagree with my affirmative team that they should be removed. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, nice to see you again, and I am the last one, so I will summary all of this. Other topic about tariff. Okay, first of all, for the point of unemployed people that the negative team has said. Okay, actually, let's think that you said that by eliminating the tax, lots of people will lose their job and they will unemployed. But I think that if we have no tax or we have the tax with cheaper price or cheaper rate, you can take this amount of money to do something better, like you set up the factory. So that if you set up one factory, you can find more workers to come to work inside, and that is the way that you can earn the people's job. Okay, and the second one about the single market. The point that I said that we will have lots of competition and Thailand are not going to, or we are unable to compete with each other. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's think. What is this? Today we are competing about debate, competition, and we are compete about debate, competition, and it doesn't mean that if one team lose, one team win. It doesn't mean that everything will go on. We are still have a relationship. We are not going to be like the army. We are friends. We are still friends. So what I am going to mean is that competition leads to cooperation. We compete to get the things that is the best to sales to others market, and that's why I think competition doesn't mean that we are going to make any conflict at all. Okay, and they say that when we have no tax or we get cheaper price of tax, we will produce like low quality. But I think one thing they forget is that we still have Ministry of food and medicine, or you commonly known as oil. When you are going to produce something, we have oil, or we have this ministry to have to check your rate, that if these products are good enough to sell to each other, and that's why you are not going to get any low quality at all. Okay, and also for Thai milk industry, I think, look, like Shokshai farm, right? What are you going to import to make this industry? One, you need to import like good species of cow. Secondly, you will need to import food. Or third one, you need to import like medicines to take care of those cows. Look, you have like 3 things to import. And if you have no tax about this, you can save lots of money. And you can take this money to like buy something better, or you can use this money to produce more products. And I think that can earn more money, right? Do you agree with me? And for the points that they say that ASEAN are like business partner, not family. But I think no, it's not for me. Business partner can take advantage from each other, but family, we are not going to kill each other at all. And also for look at the motto of ASEAN, the motto of ASEAN is one vision, one identity, and one community. So we are one. So we are working like family, and we are taking care of each other. And one thing that I would like to stress on is that they almost talk about import, but don't forget that Thailand also export goods, and we also save money about this. So lastly, I would say that this motion should stand. Thank you very much.